This hangout is live on air. All right, let's fix camera first here. Let's fix camera here. Cool. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to be watching myself, so I got to get set up on the iPad here. Let's see if we get any. See if we get any viewers here. Until I get a viewer, I'm going to take a minute and watch myself on my iPad. Hey man, it's great to be here. I just wanted to, frankly, I was a little bored. It's Friday night. I stay in most Friday nights right now, and you know, it would be fantastic if, it would be fantastic if this camera looked better. Out of focus. That's a nice towel too. That's a nice little terry towel. Ooh. Ooh, so soft. So soft. But anyways, I got big announcements tonight. Hopefully for everybody that doesn't catch us live, this group will grow. I know it. I have faith. I just wanted to come in and chat with everybody for a little while because I think I'm trying to find a good night to do you know, my videos. And I got busy this week with dentist appointments and some other things that happened, which leads into my big news, and I'm excited. But the biggest thing that I want to express is and I'm looking at my iPad. I'm going to do two things at once here. But the biggest thing that I want to express is get on here, start a conversation, whether you're a cosplayer, photographer, a hobbyist, professional, whatever. I just want to let everybody know that I'm willing to answer questions or maybe give help on a project that you want to do, creative. I've got a creative mind. I look at things a little bit different. Maybe you need help with lighting. Maybe you're taking some landscape shots. Maybe just want some helpful tips on doing landscape. You know, just basic things to get you started and get out there shooting. Because I don't want a common trap that everyone falls into is they sit around and they watch video after video after video, and they ask all these questions, but the questions they ask, they never go out and actually practice. Once they have the answer, they just go, oh, okay. And then they never go out and practice that. So what I would want is for somebody to ask a question, or if you ask questions, make sure you are going out and practicing. Once you have an answer, and try that. And like I said, I give advice, I give opinions, and they are my own. Not everybody sees the world the same as me, and I appreciate that. And I'm happy for that. And everybody has their own views, and that's awesome. That's great. I encourage that. Just like with me, I'm not trying to take anybody's thunder, and I'm not withholding information. There are other channels out there that their free stuff is, they'll withhold the good stuff, so you have to buy their whatever they're selling for the good stuff. And I don't want that. I don't want to be like that. I want to help as many people, and I want us to grow, because no matter how much experience you have in something, you can always grow. You can always learn. And the day that you think you know it all, that's the day you should hang it up, because nobody likes to know it all. That's for sure. But yeah, let's have a conversation, dialogue. get going. So I'm gonna get up here on the iPad. I've got 3 computers going, and I'm in my living room. This eventually on a couple of videos, especially once our group starts growing, I would love to just this is my goal. This is what I really want. Is I would love to set up like a Friday night shoot, and what we'll do is hopefully we can get a couple of people involved and get on all at the same time live, and we can just do a shoot all together. So I'll have, whether it's portraits or landscape or something else, we'll get it beforehand, and then each of us will go out to wherever we need to go, and we'll shoot together. So it'll be like a live shoot collaboration type thing. And that's my dream. That's my dream goal. That's what I'd really love to set up, because you can, excuse me, you can learn so much just by being being around other photographers and stuff. And that's what I want in the area here in Southwest Wisconsin too. I'd love to start a photography group for the area, Greene County, Wisconsin, and around here. Love to have a photography group around here where we meet at least once a month. I looked into doing the meetup page, but I may still do it. But it it costs money. It costs money to run that page each month, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you got other subscriptions to pay for that each month. So until you can get some viewers kind of grouped up and everything. But yeah, hopefully we can get some people here. I want to look at my channel. I want to watch myself on the iPad. Make sure that see, this side's not the good side. This side's the good side. Hey, how you doing? I'm just kidding. But I've been watching a lot of posts, and I have a lot of friends that are, they like taking pictures, and I've seen a lot of the pictures. And one thing that always comes up that I wanted to kind of touch on tonight, one thing that always comes up is this is always a touchy subject, because your friends and family will lie to you about a picture being good, and it's just a truth that happens. They don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't, even if it's bad, your family. So we're not going to tell her it's bad. Where once you start growing as a photographer, and once you start building more knowledge and skills up, you'll find that it's more helpful when somebody has a different opinion than the love button on Facebook. And it helps you grow. It helps you expand. And it's called critique. And yes, your photos they're gonna be critically viewed by people other than friends and family. And some of the ways that you can kind of see it too is if you do put something up on Facebook and maybe it's only your mom or your brother that like it, then it's just kind of that. It might not be that great of a picture. Now, I'm not belittling anyone's pictures in any way. I won't belittle, and I'm not being negative. I would just love I like seeing people grow, and that aha moment when they figure it out and they actually do put up a fantastic picture, and it goes crazy. So, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about and that I'd like to help people with. And of course, because I said that this is all you know, I was doing this stuff free. There is one thing that I wanted to bring up with the viewers, which will be incorporated from now on. I'm keeping my channel free. I'm not even going to monetize these videos. No matter how many viewers we get, I don't care. You know, I'm hoping to build my business, and hopefully my business will stand on its own and not, you know, where I have to pander to hire me, because I don't want that. I want people from around the world. I want people from all over to come and join the discussion and have some fun, and create something that's a little bit different. What? Why aren't you playing? Create something that's a little bit different than the others. You know, something that's useful, and can help someone. So I'm gonna chat to myself to see. Chat to myself. I know I'm gonna be a dork. Really cool, man. I know. What's this guy doing? He's hanging out. He's hanging out on a live chat on YouTube all by himself. He's got zero viewers. This guy sucks. I don't even want to watch him anymore. He's not interesting. I'm only kidding. I don't care if I can help one person. That's a win in my book. All right. So I was just trying to get. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm on live display over on my iPad, but I did chat. Really cool, right? Somebody else has to say something in order to do that. And then I got live. I got my settings up here. I'm playing with this again because there we go. Control room. Because I haven't played with this in a while. So I just want to make sure. And I've got one viewer. I wonder if that's myself. But I just wanted to make sure that we're that I was kind of getting back used to what was going on here. And then the cameraman, broadcast settings as guest join, hide their audio and video from, yes, we're going to do that. Broadcast a large video. And I see my broadcast a large video that I see to my audience. And hide the other video of it. New guests in my large broadcast. Yes, muted. Get some settings on there. So that way, this is the best way to do it too, because I think I can present to people as well. You are presenting to everyone. Okay, cool. I may do a different format. Time will tell. I'll see. I'll see what happens. I just really like to do a test. So anyways, this is what I don't want to do. I don't want to be sitting here talking to the camera, and but I do want to answer questions and stuff. But so I'm just gonna bring up some common stuff come up, and then I'll get into my announcement. And then unless somebody jumps in and wants to do something, I'll probably just wrap it up after that. I don't want to do long videos like this where I'm sitting and talking. When we get to shooting in the studio, or if I'm helping someone, will take as long as it takes if we can get it set up. But yeah, the biggest thing right now is just making sure that everybody is that wants to get in. I also want to promote some people, and I'm reading some of some questions off of a Facebook page too that I wanted to make comments on. So just to let you all know, I am a fan of other photographers, big photographers, and just people that I've met. And one of them, when I said I wanted to promote people, if you're down in Alabama, I was there what's it been, a month now? A month ago, we went down to Comic-Con in Alabama, and I met these fantastic photographers down there called Affliction Photos Photography, Affliction Photography, and they are fantastic. They do some really cool stuff, y'all. I mean, they're really cool. Here's one of their business cards. I don't know if you can see that, but this fantastic business cards. And then this is the back of their card. And of course it's backwards. I need to figure out how to flip my screen. It's Affliction Cosplay Photography. And they are out of, I'm not sure where they were out of. But if you just type in Affliction Cosplay Photography on Google, you guys will find them. Great. I wanted to promote them for anyone that's down south there. They do great work. I'm hoping to work with them someday. I'm hoping to get back down there, and I hope we can do something. The other one that I wanted to promote was a post came up today, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, of someone that I met down in Alabama as well. And her Instagram is AWW Cosplay, and it's a husband and wife. It's James and Ada. Pretty sure it's James, but they fantastic builders, unbelievable. They're working on an Attack on Titan set, just fantastic. I'm hoping to start building that, and as I get going, I'm hoping that I can, share some video of me building, because I want to do an Attack on Titan. That would be really cool. But the other thing as well is photography related. I had a huge announcement. But first, I'm going to reach over here and grab my new baby. Of course, the camera I shoot with right now currently is the Canon T5 camera. This camera, the photos that the majority of the photos I've taken have been with this camera. The past two conventions, I borrowed Sketchy Drew's camera, which is the Nikon D810. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink of water. Which is the Nikon D810. Oh, this camera, yeah. But this is the T5. So I borrowed his camera with the 85 millimeter 1.4. Fantastic lens, fantastic camera. It's a good camera. It's a 36. I'm pretty sure it's a 36 megapixel. I know I said I wasn't going to get into gear. I just wanted to let you know that there is. Don't let anybody lie to you. You can take good pictures. There's no doubt you can take good pictures with whatever gear you do have, and you need to find the right brand and the right gear that you're comfortable with and that you like to use. And I will never, ever negatively bully or put somebody down because they're shooting with a phone or shooting with Nikon or Sony or anything else. When you have a chance to use better equipment, you take that. There's just no doubt about it. It's and it does make a difference. It makes a difference in everything down the line, because when you take better pictures with your camera, it means you less editing. It saves time. And it's just one of those things that, yes, good gear can be important, and it can be helpful and useful. And if you have the money to buy good gear, I always recommend, if you have the money to spend on it, buy the better gear. Why not? If you have that money to spend, you do. A lot of us don't have the money to spend, so we have to shoot with what we have, and we have to shoot with what we can shoot with. And for me, it's been a lot of vintage glass or lenses, vintage lenses, and I'm happy with those lenses. I'll use those lenses. Even if I get the expensive gear, I'll still use those lenses, because there's a sentimental reason for a couple of those lenses while I'll still use them. But today, UPS brought me, I've been after this lens for a year. I actually shot with this lens at the Tamron seminar last year when they came to Rockford. And I tried 2 lenses out that I wanted to try out. And I actually tried out like 4 lenses, but the other 2 I really didn't need. And that's another important point that I wanted to share with everybody. Buy the lenses you need. Every time a new lens comes out, you don't need it. It's just a fact. If you have money to burn and want to buy it, do it. Stop anybody from doing that. But just every time a piece of new gear comes out, doesn't mean that you have to go out, rush out and buy it. And that's why this is the kind of conversation I want to have about gear. So this lens I also shot a wide angle, because I want a wide angle lens, a wider angle lens for when I do landscapes and if I ever do some night photography and other things. So I finally got it. And this, so you can see this. This is the Tamron 85 millimeter 1.8, and this is the DIVC USD. So it's got the vibration control. Yeah. They all call it something else. Image stabilization, vibration control. It just means that inside this lens, if I shake a little bit to a certain degree, it's not going to be perfect if you're doing this. But if I'm taking a picture and I just shake a little bit, with that on, it takes that. So you get that sharper image. It's also autofocus. And then just the glass. I love the glass. Ooh, pretty. Ooh. But the one thing that I liked about this is a $750 lens. And this $750 lens, it takes gorgeous pictures. And I played with it for a good couple hours. And those pictures, if you go to my portfolio page, jonathanjmaxwell.com, on my portfolio page, the first section, the portraits that come up, I think it's the first 3 pictures. There's two models that I have pictures up on my portfolio. They were taken with this lens, not this exact lens, but this lens. And what this lens allows me to do is focus. Set that camera down. This lens allows me to focus quickly, and you know, since it's a lens for my camera and it's autofocus, it's huge with when I do conventions, because you know, I don't have a lot of time when we're doing hallway grab shots, as I call them, and that lens, you know, allows me to focus, get the shot, and go. What it also, even though it's a 1.8, it'll blow that background out. It'll just blow that background out really good. And it's because it's a fast lens. It's a 1.8. I mean, and it's an 85 millimeter 1.8. I have a 135 2.8 millimeter, and a prime lens is a fixed focal length, like the 85 is. So it's not a zoom lens. It doesn't zoom. You zoom with your feet in your body. You know, you move the camera. So this lens is just, I get excited when I'm actually able to finally get a piece of gear that I've been after for a while. And this has been, I did that last July, August, something like that, is when I did that seminar. So it's been since then I've wanted this lens. And this was the lens that I can afford, because the 1.4s are twice that cost. But I can still take good pictures with the 1.8. And I know to someone who shoots with their phone, this may be foreign, but just like with your phone, I'm having issues with my G5. I initially bought this LG G5 for the camera because it's got the two cameras, the wide angle camera, and then it's got the regular camera and the wide angle. And when I first got this phone, the pictures were outstanding. They were sharp. And now I have to hunt and search why I can't get rid of the artifacts. It's just, no matter what I shot when I first got this camera, beautiful pictures. There was hardly, you could hardly even tell. But now all of a sudden, I don't know if something updated and it reversed it or something. I don't know, but it's not. I'm probably doing this wrong. Headroom. Yeah. So hey, how's it going? I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Kind of sat back on the chair. Too much headroom. When you get too much headroom, it's kind of goofy on the video. So basically, this is the type of stuff that I was going to do. But, you know, I belong, the other big announcement that I had was I belong to another group. Oh, talking gets my mouth dry there. But I belong to another group, and I'm actually going to Salt Lake City next weekend. And I'm excited. It's going to be a weekend worth attending. I haven't been out to Salt Lake in a while. As most of you know, I am a truck driver. And, ooh, is that my bowling shirt? No, it's not. It's actually, I had this shirt made up when I was trucking. And of course, but I had this shirt made up when I was driving truck, and I was flatbedding. Us truckers like our names on our shirts, but I had it made up because it was a good work shirt. It's a really comfortable shirt. It's really nice. Thanks for asking, though, John. Where are you from, John? Let's see. Of course, there's a delay. I'm glad you joined in. John Lewis Cicero. But yeah, I wish it was a bowling shirt. My other bowling shirt is actually in the laundry. My real one. San Diego. Holy cow. How'd you stumble upon my channel? It's great to have you here. Are you a photographer? Uh, uh, well, I drove truck for almost 18 years, and I ended my truck driving uh, just about 3 years ago. I decided that I needed to go to school for graphic design. I went to graphic design. Are you a photographer at least? Because it's just you and me right now, John. Just you and me. Being here, it was unconscious. No, not even that. Well, I'm just some dude. We're all just some dudes. No, what I'm doing here is just we're talking about cosplay, photography, just hobbyists, whatever people shoot with. It doesn't matter. You shoot photography with your phone. If you just want to take pictures of your kids, I'm willing to help answer questions, and that's kind of what I was doing. It's Friday night. I stay in on Friday nights, and I get a little bored sometimes. So just trying to get my channel up and running and get start a conversation. Hopefully, we'll have in the future. We'll actually have big groups, huge groups, and just help people get better with photography and everything else. But yeah, I'm well traveled, 18 plus years. I started, I did my first video many months ago. This is it was it hard to get this rolling? No, it's not. I'm sitting at my desk with my computer. I'm not getting fancy right now. I have a shoot-through umbrella on a little bendy desk lamp that I'm doing currently. I want to get better. But as you can see, it was just it's not. You can, and this is the thing that I want to help people with too, is that it's not hard to get rolling. You just have to do it. And like right now, yeah, do I want a big fancy studio behind me with lights and flashies? Yeah, maybe someday, but I really want to have a good conversation with people, and I want to, really talk. And eventually, when I set up shoots in the studio and we get rolling with people, then yeah, we'll be focusing on making sure we got good camera setups and everything else. I know how to set all the stuff up. I just want to chat tonight because I've got a lot of stuff going on, and I was hoping that some of the people in the group would want to come in and ask questions and everything, because this is my channel's free channel. There's no monetization. There's no nothing. The only thing that's going to get added, as far as money's concerned, is a virtual tip jar, and that virtual tip jar is just a way if somebody wants to say thank you and donate, then they're more than welcome to. For me taking time and advice, but I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to advertise it. I'm just going to let it sit on my page and let it go. What kind of channel you want to do, John? and forgive me because there's always a delay. Give it time and be patient because you have a nice way about yourself. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Most people say that once they get to know me a little bit. Uh, Once they get to know me a little bit and realize that I'm not intimidating, my thinking face. But yeah, sports. I'm into sports. Oh, okay. Hey. Uh, when you say sports, are you doing football, baseball, basketball, or a horse, or races? Yeah, I'm waiting on the delay here. That's why I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why my comments aren't coming up on this. So, because I have to read off of my iPad. All sports and horse. Did you make any money off of the Super Bowl? I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer that. Uh, yeah, I like the ponies. I don't get to do much of it anymore, but oh yeah, I always like the ponies. Just the big three though. You know, the Derby, the Belmont, and the Preakness. Those are just the three big races I like getting into, and every now and then if I have some extra money, I'll put some down. Last year, Triple Crown. Man, I wish I could got in on that, and lucky to do so. Yeah, I I had a hard time. I had a hard time with well, obviously with spreads and everything else because it's just you think you had that, and then it was sure, but the points didn't come out. So I'm actually in Monroe, Wisconsin. I live in a small town here in Wisconsin, tiny town, just almost on the Illinois border. So we do. Well, this weekend we've got spring weather. Kind of feels like spring, but yeah, I spent a lot of time in San Diego. I was just going to check here. Let's see. You said San Diego, right? I want to make sure. Ooh, I can't see it. Not even that. I have no being here. Yeah. Yeah, San Diego. Yeah, so I was, yes, Badgers fan, but not a Packers fan. We're going through a storm of the decade in San Diego. Well, there's been a lot of rain and stuff down by you. I spent time at well, it's the Marine Corps Air Station now, and then of course uh, Pendleton. So we used to deliver a lot of stuff to them down there by the base, and just actually your interstate. If you look at those big, brand new angular signs that they put on the interstate, I hauled a couple of the signposts. I hauled a couple loads of that for you. So some of those interstate posts are I brought them from. God, where did we pick those up at? We brought them out of somewhere around here. They built them somewhere around here, and then we hauled them out. But yeah, yeah, I spent quite a lot of time in California, Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco. I was out there on the West Coast a lot, so we hung out. I liked it. I like to visit. I like to visit out there. It's definitely a nice place to visit. Uh, Don't know if I'd like to live out there. It's kind of like Florida. I used to live in Florida, and I'll go back and visit, but I don't think I want to live there anymore. I think the closer I get to retirement, the further north I get. Get a nice little cabin on a lake, so I can ice fish in the winter. But no, yeah. Did you want to do a channel about sports gambling? Is that what you were going to start? Is that holy cow, 50-mile-an-hour winds? Yeah, that is windy. Yeah, I know. Not built for weather is right. Okay. So yeah, basically what you need now, this is for your channel here now. There's 5 million YouTube tutorial channels out there that will break it down for you and tell you what you need to do and what there's 5 million. Sometimes what they forget to tell you, because normally they'll give you a bunch of just kind of hinty stuff, and then you'll have to be a part of their marketing group or their Patreon to get the good stuff, the meaty stuff, which that's what I was trying to kind of alleviate here with my channel in photography and cosplay too, because I have a lot of cosplayers. But the biggest thing is just to do it. You start small, and as you grow, if you're thinking that you want to be rich and famous, get that out of your head. Just don't even think about that. Don't even think about being rich and famous, because you're automatically setting yourself up for failure. Don't do it. Get that out of your head. What you need to do is you need to make it interesting so that people want to watch you and interact with you about your sports, your sports gambling. So whatever you're going to do, if you're going to give spreads, if you're going to give your opinions on who you think is going to win this week between Dallas and San Francisco, you have to come at it in an interesting way for that. And then, as far as if you're going to charge and if you're going in that direction, you can go ahead and do it. What I'm saying is, yeah. And what I'm saying is you have to present yourself, and you don't have to be fancy. If you want to be fancy, you can. I don't like being fancy. I like straight talking, and I like honesty, and that's what I tell everybody that I interact with. And it's one of those things that if that's what you want to do, just do it. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I can understand that some people have anxieties and everything else and issues, and I don't want to put myself out there. Put yourself out there. If you fail, you fail. I've been I've been at the bottom, and I've been not really close to the top, but close to the medium level, and it's it's great. It's all great. And that's what you have to do. You just have to get out there and film it. And you don't need much. I don't know. You got a computer? If you got a computer, that I'm using my MacBook right now. My MacBook. That's the MacBook camera for this. I could also film with my iPad. I bought an iPad Air 2. I've had it for a while. I do film with that. I filmed other videos with that. I could hook up 2 cameras, so I could switch between the cameras. I could hook up my phone, my Canon, and tether in and do through that. Other videos where I want to show my screen, I could show my screen. The only thing about showing your screen is just always be careful with the copyrights, because I'll guarantee you if you start putting point spreads up from ESPN, they might come after you. So just watch that. Just watch your copyrights and your trademark stuff. Also your replays and everything else. Just be careful with that stuff, because if you start putting it up, there may be a little violation of the privacy policy for the different sports. But you can make your own graphics to put in the background. You can make a sign. Okay, I like the way you put that. Okay, thank you. Well, for me, I'm more in a technological void. I can't do much. Then just do what you got. Take what you have and work with it. I don't know. What do you got? What do you got? You got a phone? You got a computer with a camera on it? Can you afford to go buy a little, I don't even think they're that expensive anymore, a little $39.95 webcam? Just hook that up and go on the computer. I'm gonna be real honest with you. You know what you can make a background out of? You can put a piece of cardboard. I have large pieces of cardboard that are that I could set up behind me if I didn't want to show all of this. This was kind of impromptu tonight, so I wasn't all for setting up this whole studio. I have a smartphone and a laptop with a camera. Perfect, you're good to go. But just watch your backgrounds, and if you use your phone, set it up so when you're filming yourself, your camera's steady. Because a lot of people, they hold the phone and they move it around, and sometimes people don't like a lot of movement. So, and then they get bored and then they leave. So what you want to do is you want good lighting too. So if you're in kind of a darker area, make sure that you have good lighting. And I can show you, I'll try to show you this. I'm moving my umbrella, and see, this is without the umbrella, which doesn't look that bad at all without the umbrella. But I just put a little diffuser, and this is my shoot-through umbrella. This shoot-through umbrella I picked up on Amazon. It came with a kit. It came with 2 umbrellas and stuff like that. But you don't need this. You could put a piece of tracing paper over the light. But you see how harsh that light is? And then we put that umbrella back. Hopefully I can put it back without. And we put that umbrella back, and then it just softens it. It just softens the light so it's not as harsh. That's a desk lamp. And that's what the light is, a desk lamp that sits. It's just a desk lamp. It folds and turns around. It's got the metal bendy things where you can reposition the desk lamp so you could bend it over and curve it down. But it's a regular light. It's not even daylight balanced. I imagine if I would have got a daylight balanced bulb, this. But yeah, this is just a quick setup, and it doesn't take that much. The biggest thing is when you get all set up, looks like a grow light almost. yeah, it's not a grow light. No hydroponics in my little place. It is. I think. I believe that light. It is. It's very bright. It's like 100 watt. It's. I know it's at least 80. I'll have to look at that light. I think it's one of the lights that I haven't changed recently. I've been switching over to daylight balanced lights in my whole house. I also have tungsten bulbs, which are actually, they came with the light setup that I have for my shoot-throughs if I want to do video lighting. I can set that up here too. There's just not a lot of room here at my desk, so I don't set them up. But uh, but yeah, that's the biggest thing. But you can tape a piece of tracing paper over a light and diffuse that light, just to get that light not as harsh. And then when you focus the light, make sure you focus the light on your face, and you see the further back I get, how harsh the light gets on my hand. You see how harsh that is as I get closer to the umbrella. So that's how, and I'm a good, I don't know, probably 2-3 feet away from the front of the umbrella. So you just set it up and see how it looks. And that's all you need. But that's all you need to get going. You don't have to get real complicated. Just find a small place. You could do it in a closet. You could do it in just a corner of your house that you have room. You can add deflection. You can add, I want to show you a cheap thing too. I don't have one handy, so hold on. All right, diffusion panel. This is a piece of foam core. You can go to a hobby store, art supply store. I think this big piece here cost me, I don't know how much. It's $5. But what you can do too is if I set this over here, this one's a big one. But if I set this one over here, I actually start bouncing light off of it. It actually becomes a reflector. And then I'll take it away. See you can kind of see the difference on the side of my face. Watch the side of my face as it comes in. It's not much, but you see how that shadow went away? And it's off screen. I can move it closer. You can see kind of there, like right there. You can see it. Great reflective panels. You can buy one of these and put it behind you like this. Now look at that. And if I had a stand to put it up, look at that. You just made your own. You just made with two of them. Put another one over here. You just made yourself a background. And then you could pin, you can pin your numbers to it and put information up there, write big on it. But there's your background. Otherwise, you just find a corner and you film yourself against a white wall. If you got a white wall in your place, just film yourself against a white wall. That works too. So, yeah, it's real simple. It's real simple, and you don't need a lot of money and a lot of setup. Excuse me, to get that rolling. It's just a matter of doing it. That's why I say it's real simple. There are a lot of good tips and tricks. I'm not negative on anyone, and there are helpful tips and tricks to doing the YouTube thing. But it's not hard. It's just set your channel up. A lot of it nowadays is just learning the analytics of Facebook and connecting everything. And you start a Facebook page. You have a group that's attached to your YouTube channel. The Facebook group and the YouTube channel go hand in hand. And if you have valuable information to give people, and then it grows from there. If if people like what you're talking about and and you're giving good information, I mean, you'll just grow from there. So, and believe me, what you're seeing on your screen, because I'm watching myself on my iPad, and the picture looks great. For some reason on my Mac that I'm filming with, the picture doesn't look that good. But that looks really good. So, yeah, man, join the group. I appreciate it, John. Blow it up on Facebook. Well, unfortunately nowadays, yeah, you have to be social media. It's just like my Instagram. I'm a photographer. I'm a professional photographer, uh, and I'm working on my Instagram. I'm making sure to post on Instagram of what I'm doing, and I have to consciously be aware of what I'm doing. So that'll help too. Getting on Instagram, maybe have like a bunch of papers on your desk or a picture of your computer and papers on your desk saying, "Oh man, look at these numbers today." That type of thing will help you out as well. Just a little post. Hey, hey, my channel's going on tonight. Like on Instagram with the picture. So yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, social media, get out there because some people follow this, some people follow these, and then they get going. So that's the biggest thing too. But man, I appreciate. I'm glad you jumped on here tonight. Get over to my Maxwell Creative page, my Jonathan Maxwell Photography Workshop group over on Facebook. Join the group, man. Have a conversation. You can always uh, comment in there if you have a question or what do you think about this? You want to, take you need some help with something? Shoot a question in the comments. I'm always the biggest thing that I want is even with filming and video is, I don't do a lot of video. I'm a photographer. I'm a still photographer and artist. So, but when I'm doing the filming and stuff, I mean, I could get real elaborate and set up, but I'll be honest with you, this is kind of like this video here tonight was just real too, because I actually want to be a setup, showing setups and showing different things. But yeah, my group is yes, I do both Facebook and Instagram. I do Twitter as well, but I need to get better with my Twitter. Get better with Twitter. But the group name again is Jonathan Maxwell Photography Workshop, and don't let the name throw you, because I've got cosplayers that we're doing cosplay builds. Hopefully here in the future, I've got a model that I'm trying to get here that I'm gonna be doing videos with her. I hope soon. But photography, film, video related, lighting, camera help, lens help. The only thing that I'm not really getting into is kind of the gear stuff, use and everything else, because I'm not looking for free stuff. If somebody wants to send me something, they can, but I'm not. I don't want to get into all of that because I don't want to. I use what I use because I like it for me, and I want people really to use what they have for them. So, and it doesn't matter what you have. You got a phone, and I knew I was forgetting. Yeah, Twitter. I know I forget all the time. I get so in the moment and stuff, and I forget. Oh yeah, pull my phone out, take a picture real quick of what I'm doing, what I'm up to. But yeah, and that's what I want. I want to help. I want to help people. I've always been a volunteer, and I enjoy helping people. And I've got a lot of experiences, some good, some bad, but mostly good experience. I love meeting new people. I'm glad that you jumped on here tonight because it actually helped out. We had a productive live here. But yeah, the hardest part that you're going to find of doing your own videos and everything else is just figuring out and doing it. That's what happened to my channel here for a while. I wanted to do a weekly video, hopefully live, because I like live. I like the interaction, and I like the questions, you know, and being able to answer the questions. Live cast, definitely, because it's interaction. The live casts, I feel empowered. Good. I make sure you send me a link to your video too. I give advice, and I'll watch. I'll watch your video, even if I'm supposed to be staying away from sports gambling. But no, I'll definitely watch. I'll check out what you got. I'm more than willing to give you feedback and some tips and tricks to help you out. See what your setup is like. See, and let you know. I'll definitely let you know if hey, you're good. Go, keep going with your your setup and everything. But oh, I will share my link too, would you? But yeah, it's just one of those things that the live cast. That's what I was getting back to, was the live cast. The live cast is an interaction. You and I are interacting right now, and it's kind of more. It's better because it's not just going back and watching the recorded video, because you're getting your answers in real time, instead of, well, if you're just going back and watching the video after it's been, you missed the live feed and you're just going back to watch it, might have questions during that, and it's just like, well, then you have to comment and pray that the person who made the video goes back, reads all the comments. Some people do, and some people don't. And it's frustrating because when you're you're welcome. But it's frustrating when you have a question, a particular question, and it doesn't get answered. And then like a month later, somebody will go through all the comments from that video they posted last month and answer all the questions. Well, by the time you go back and they answered the question, you've already worked through it. So that's why the live casts are a little bit better, and it's a little bit more it is, like you said, it's more free flowing, and it's not staged, it's not scripted. Hey guys, come check out my video. Look at what I got for you this week. We're gonna go to the, and it's not all that or in your face and, oh, you should check this out. It's not all that kind of stage scripted, and it doesn't feel cheesy. It feels real. Excuse me, and it's interaction. Yeah, way more dynamic. Dynamic's good way to do it, or a good way to phrase it. Just because, and I like pulling things, and that's kind of why I wanted to go free flowing with my live cast too, and not get fancy backgrounds and setups. Because if someone asks a question, excuse me, if someone asks a question, and I can show an example of something, like I did earlier, where I just ran in the other room to show you this foam core. I want to be able to do that. I don't want to have cords and light stands and everything in my way, because if I have to run to the supply room, I'm going to run to the supply room and get that example to show you. And I want to be able to be free to do that. And once I get the studio set up, so I can just plop the camera on and go, then I'll be able to leave that space and everything. But yeah, that helps out. That helps out. It, because then I can show, and that way it's not just, oh well, I did a video on that 2 years ago. You should go watch that video. Yeah. I would rather just be, wanting to answer that now. That's why I want to get into functionality is key. And that's why I want to get into more of let's get shooting, whether it be video or stills, and building too with my cosplay stuff too, a big thing. And I want to bridge the gap. I want to bridge the gap between viewers and the doers. So there's a ton of good information that I learned from other people as well. And just the dialogue and the interacting and the sharing. That's what I like about live casts. Probably a long-winded explanation, but yeah, I think the live casts, they really, really help your audience see that you're genuine too. They can, when everything's scripted and everything flows like it does in the mood board that you created for the video, then yeah, it just doesn't feel like genuine, and it doesn't feel like you're talking to your viewers. It just because you're talking to the masses in a recorded video. And I'm not saying that I'll never make a recorded video, because of course I will. There's going to be a time where I'll have to go back through and look at all the comments and everything and make a recorded video. There's just no doubt about it. But I really, really want to make sure that everybody who watches and interacts on my group and through this video gets their questions answered, and really and understands it and can put it into practice like right now. So like with you, John, you can go later on tonight, gather your number. You'll have to gather your numbers together, what you want to talk about. I would suggest with your content, you might want to have kind of have a list to work off of. Just your key points list that you want to hit in your video, and just do it. Just film it. And the only reason why I say that for your content, there's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of teams, and a lot of things to remember with your content. So you're going to want to. It's more, yes, but you're going to want to make sure that you get your numbers right. Number one, obviously, and your teams right, and what days they play, and all that. So with stats, it's going to be different. You're going to have a cheat sheet. You're going to have a cheat sheet in front of you that says, okay, tonight, tomorrow night, and this is what I think. This is what, and then you can do like a hot pick tip. So it'd be like John's hot pick, and then you just go in there and talk about that. So, but the video part, the hardest part for you, are with your stats and your numbers, and your teams, and talking about your content. The easiest part for you is just setting something up with a nice light. Make it just make it a nice light, diffuse it a little bit, bounce it a little bit if you have to, and just videotape. It's so easy to do Facebook Lives. You can do YouTube streamings like I'm doing on here. I think this one is actually through Google. But they're easy to set up. It's easy to go. You just start a YouTube channel and go down and name it, and sometimes eventually, as you get going and stuff, you'll probably come up with catchy things that draw people in. But yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough with the sports realm, because if you're not constantly giving good tips, or it's kind of like the weatherman syndrome, where if the weatherman is constantly wrong, they'll run him out of town. So you definitely have to be different and kind of more creative than anyone else that is doing it. And I'm unsure because I haven't typed that in yet, but is the sports gambling are there a ton of sports gambling channels on YouTube right now? Because I'm unsure about that because I don't look at that stuff. I usually go, when I'm doing the horses, I usually just go through my account, look at the information myself, and make my own decisions on the horses. But I'll let this delay kick in. I don't know what it is. It's probably like 10-second delay. That's the other thing you got to look at when you're filming too, is try to control how you're. I don't know why my comments aren't coming up on this screen. If you can get the comments to come up on the screen that your camera's on, unless you have your phone set up and then you're running everything from your computer so you can see the comments. Not a ton, or if they do, it's specific to one sport. Okay. Yeah, that would be good, especially if you can find those those rare picks. And what I mean by that is, you probably know what I'm talking about. There's those rare picks that pop up that's just like, oh my God, why is nobody talking about this? I have to get money on this now. This is too good. Especially those. If you find those little gems and put them out there, and then all of a sudden people start seeing that on your, hey, did you see this guy? He had this nailed. He picked this. You need to listen to this. This guy's pretty smart. So intelligence is key, and that's what builds. That'll put you on the fast track right there, and it'll be word of mouth and everything else. So yeah, do keep up with that off the grid stuff, and highlight that stuff in your video. Also, one other thing to remember about your channel too, or in your videos. I spaced out for a second because I was thinking about something. Thing to remember too is with your content, keep it short and sweet. Short, sweet, and fast. And then you'll definitely want to be able to have people come back and look at the information later. So maybe make a spreadsheet for picks that you can link in the comments below type thing. That way anybody can come back and see what yesterday's picks are, or this week's picks. Because I imagine with your content, probably what you're going to want to be doing is you're probably going to want to be coming out and you'll lay the week out. Then during the week, if things change, like the points will change or the spreads will change or something happened, major player is on the injury reserve, so the points, how the points fluctuate. So you'll want to definitely go and do, hey, quick update video, guys. This just happened. We're going to change, we're going to change this around because so-and-so's on the injury. They changed on us. So we'll want to be aware of that, or oh, don't worry about such and such being on the injured list. Oh, he's going to play. This is, So you'll definitely want to make sure that there's update videos in between your. So I would do like a weekly top picks video, basically, and then throughout the week, if you see something, then you can chime in with an update and just flash up there. Hey guys, how's it going? This is what's happening. So that's a good idea for the type of content that you do. I'm trying to get on a more regular schedule. I'm trying to figure out what time I want to be on. This Friday night, I know a couple other people probably may have chimed in here, but I know one of them is actually at a convention over in Milwaukee, and she is, she's not going to watch us while she's at the convention. So, and I'm hoping she'll get some interaction. But I was hoping a couple other people were going to join on tonight. We're slowly building. We're going to get there. I'm going to get there. I've had wonderful interaction with people from around the country. And like I said, the more the merrier. Everybody's welcome. As long as we're not, the other thing that you have to remember is there's no negativity and no bashing. The trolls are out there. We all know. The trolls, you're going to have haters, especially with yours, because somebody loses a ton of money on a pick that you did. You're going to get, I'll guarantee you, someone will try to troll you on that. I just, I'm a realist. I'm not trying to be negative, but I will guarantee you, it's called Anime Milwaukee. It's an anime convention. I've been fortunate to travel to quite a few of them so far over the past year, and take pictures. That's kind of what my business was turning into, and it's been a riot. It's been a great time. I'm hoping to make it to San Diego Comic-Con out there in San Diego sometime too. So no, fortunately not. I've been, of course I've gotten the responses on other things that I've been commenting, just regular comments on my personal Facebook. And I've seen trolling on other channels that I'm involved with, groups. So, they're out there. We all know that they're out there. And once you start to, you have to let it roll off your back, and you can't engage. You can't go down that path. You can't go down that rabbit hole with them. You just have to let it go and move on and stay positive. I hope we don't lose it. I don't think you're going to lose it. That's been around for a long time. I think that'll be around for a long time. They just need to kind of get over themselves a little bit. Them and Salt Lake City Comic-Con were kind of going at it about naming stuff, and it was just like everybody was like, "Oh, come on, let's all get along." Why go through all that with everyone? It's just like, let's get along. Let's be nice to each other. Oh, somebody forgot to turn their phone off. But yeah, let's be nice to each other and get along and help each other out. That's what I'm all about. Yeah, don't engage with fools. What it does is, if you fortunate for, if you create a group and thing, excuse me, you can block people. There are ways of blocking comments, and there are ways that you'll have as an admin of your channel and being able to, just nip it in the bud. And it's not about censoring. It's just, outright, like, if somebody in my group, as my group grows, there's a large population of people that are very self-conscious, and there's a lot of shaming going on in the cosplay kind of geeky nerd world, and it's BS, frankly. And everybody should respect themselves, and especially respect themselves enough to realize that it's not right to bully or pick on other people. It's just not right. So I don't tolerate it. Most of the YouTubers now that I've seen, they're not tolerating it either. So they're just, especially in your own group, it's just like, You put that as a disclaimer, you put that on the disclaimer. This is what this group is about. This is how we're going to interact with each other. And if you don't like it, move along. If it's not for you, move along. If you think you have to put others down and be negative and bully other people, move along. We don't tolerate it here, and you will be blocked. That's a nice disclaimer to put in there, because then that gives you the power to, if you block somebody for something, you don't have to explain it. It was in the rules. So that's a good thing to remember, especially with with the sports gaming. I've seen in person how people react when they lose $25,000 at the craps table. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. So, but yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference between just flat out rude behavior, and then there's friendly joking and friendly ribbing each other. There is a difference, and you can tell. Especially if you keep it black and white. It's like, ooh, this crossed the line. We're gonna have to deal with that. But doesn't. Well, I'll agree with that last statement. Sports gambling, after all, doesn't attract the most suave individuals, myself included. Ever been to a sports book? Yeah, they actually, we used to, one of the places we used to hang out was in Reno. It's a little sports book. It was just a little station inside the truck stop. And yeah, yeah, especially on NFL Sunday. Because the number one thing to it is there's drinking. There's alcohol involved. Anytime there's alcohol involved, it becomes bad. I personally have seen lots of stuff in casinos with gambling, period, just because there's alcohol involved. Yeah. No, I completely agree. But it's not about being suave, especially on your channel, because it's a little bit different. Because you're not the intoxicated sports gambler. Pick Dallas. Well, they're gonna no. You don't do that. But people think it's funny until they lose their money, and then they'll want to come after you. But the biggest thing is just be smart. You don't have to be suave, but just be smart. Interact a little bit and get a conversation. Usually, when you create a conversation, there's going to be a little debate, but as long as there's no anger and you respect the other's positions, you'll be fine, man. I'll guarantee it. You'll be fine. The thing that leads most down the rabbit hole is the arguing, because some people just can't accept that they're wrong. I've been there. I've done it myself. And after so long, you figure out that, hey, I might be wrong on this. Let me, unless it's something I'm for sure on, then I'm good. But there have been times where maybe I should just keep my mouth shut and research this a little bit. You have to bite your tongue. There's no doubt about it. You have to bite your tongue. So let's see. Add alcohol to anything, and it gets weird. Yes, it does. That's a big part of my gambling advice. Yeah, I learned in my early, mid-20s. I got drunk one night and I blew a paycheck on at a casino event, and I came home at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was still living at my dad's place because I was driving truck. I just came home I was not home very often, but yeah, I came home and my dad was up. He was actually having trouble with his appendix. And so he was up, and I kind of walked in the living room and didn't realize he was up. So I came in because he said something. And I said, "Yep, I did a stupid thing." And he goes, "Yeah, what's that?" And I said, "Well, I just blew my paycheck tonight on alcohol and gambled it away." And he looked at me and he said something, and it set me off. And I said some unpleasant words to him, and I went down to my room. Well, a couple weeks later, we didn't speak for a couple weeks, but a couple weeks later, he came back and he says, "You know what, kid?" He said, "If I could have got out of that chair 2 weeks ago, I would have thrown you through the front window." And he could do it. He could do it. And it was from that point on, that's when alcohol it left, especially if I was gambling or anything else. That was the last time. I said, "You know what? I might go somewhere and have a beer, but other than that, it's just not worth it. It's too easy. It's too easy. How much money do I got? Oh, I ain't gonna pull this money out of the ATM." Yeah. It's just too easy to do it. And then you feel like crap. And then, especially if you have addiction problems, please seek help. But yeah, no, my dad was not a gambler. Very rare. I mean, they would go to Vegas and play, on vacation, but he would like gamble once a year, maybe twice a year. But no, he didn't gamble. He's not a gambler, a big gambler. But yeah, 15 years, it's a long time. Yeah, it's been a couple years for me, so it's yeah, bachelor parties, of course, but there's no gambling, so that's okay. But that's what I'm saying, and it's the same way with the YouTube channel. It's the same way with putting yourself out there. You have to be conscious of your persona, especially if you do have a lot of followers and stuff. You don't want to seen in public. You don't want to be seen in public negatively. So you'll definitely want to take that into account. And it's just a matter of, if you get there and you get building and things. Some things nowadays are more tolerable than others, but anytime, and it also goes to your personal pages as well. You're going to want to make sure that before you start this endeavor, you're definitely going to want to have a private page that you and your friends can interact on, and then you're going to have your group page, which will be, will go hand in hand with your YouTube channel, and you keep everything from the YouTube channel on that, and separate from your privacy. Because what's going to happen is if you keep pandering to your friends and family, they're going to block you, they're going to hide from you, because they don't necessarily want to be involved with that. And also the other key, a good point, is when you're doing your privacy channel as well. I'm going to turn that ringer off because everything that's happening tonight, it's kind of video etiquette that I'm breaking. So remember these little things and don't do them. I just want to turn this off. Set it to vibrate. There we go. So, but yeah, you're gonna want to, because you don't want to get into heated political debates either on your channel at all. You don't want that, because you'll find out that half of your viewers will hate you because of your political views. So keep that to yourself. On your sports view channel and stuff like that, if any of your friends want to participate, make sure you send them straight to that, and don't interact with them on the group on the friends page, because it just, or your private page, because it just turns into a nightmare. But other than that, yeah. Oh, I was blocking the light. That autofocus. But other than that, yeah, you just have to be careful. Make sure all your privacy settings are set on your personal page. And if you see weird friend requests come up on your privacy page, don't know them, or they're not mutual friends with a bunch of people, don't even add them. And then watch your. I got my mom coming over in a minute, just to let you know, so you don't speak into a void. No, that's cool, man. That's cool, man. Thanks, John. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I was going to stop the video here pretty quick, anyways. But yeah, definitely jump on over if you like this. Subscribe to my channel. Obviously, I have to say that. But feel free to comment. Feel free to get involved in the group. Get on there. If you got any friends who are in photography, cosplay, or video, YouTubing, whatever, yeah, send them over. Get involved. You can get in there, and make sure you send me your links when you get your video up and running. I will pause until you say goodbye. That's cool, man. Hey, I appreciate you for jumping on. I'm glad you stumbled across my live. You got like free, I don't even know how long we were talking, but you got the free advice tonight. That's what I like, man. I like to help. I enjoy helping. That's cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's cool. Yeah, go take care with your mom. Hopefully I'll see you again. So that was cool. I just had an interesting conversation with across me. This was great. This was a great night. Uh, thanks to John for coming on, asking some questions, having a little conversation. This is what it was all about. This has been great. Just fantastic. Hopefully John will take some of my advice. You know, he'll take what he wants from it, and I appreciate that. I appreciate him subscribing and liking it and recommending it. I can't wait to see his channel and see what he does. So yeah, go, for those of you that are watching the recorded, this is what it's all about. This is what I'm happy doing, and happy going live. I'm going to try to, like, next week I'll be in Salt Lake City, so definitely on sometime I'm going to try to do it twice, Friday and Saturday. I'm going to try to do the Facebook Live from the group event that I'm going to, and some of you may be curious, but it's Jason Lanier's, one of Jason Lanier's. I forget what they call it for the. It's just a live event in a camera store, and then there's photo walks and everything else. So I'm a fan of Jason's work. I suggest, if you haven't watched his videos, go check his videos out too. I respect and admire the way he teaches. And if I could recommend him and his group enough. And that's why I was trying to skate around the thing that we all have people that we kind of admire and respect. And Jason is one of those people. He's super helpful. He's funny. Number one, I like humor. Two, that's why I'm a fan of his page. But he gives good information out. You know, he does. If you're a Sony shooter, especially, you know, all the gear that he reviews is mostly the Sony stuff, and it's good. It's good information, and I'm not trying to steal anybody away from his group, and I didn't create this group because I'm a part of his group. You know, but I do want to be able to provide some good knowledge and some good critiques on photos and everything. So, you know, and let's improve. And I want to stay away. I really want to get to the crux. I want to get to the good info and the good stuff, the secrets that no one else will tell you unless you pay them for free. That's all there is to it. I'm working on my sign-off. I still haven't come up with a good sign-off yet because all the good ones are taken. But I think a good one. Ooh, I just came up with a good one. That's how my mind works, just like that. Be real, stay creative, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, guys. Thank you to John. That was fantastic. Feel free. I also have to say this, so I'll do my ending again here. This is what it's like live, and you don't have a script. Subscribe. Get involved. Please. Please. Excuse me. I want to see other people's work. I want to get some good photos. I want to get some good stuff. So, stay creative. Get my good side. Stay creative. And I'll see you soon. And